Good afternoon, everyone. We'll wait a few minutes for people to join us. It's hard to connect from Zoom. We want to make sure the sound isn't too echoey, but welcome to the Convocation of the class of 2024. We'll start in one moment. Let's begin. Hello, my name is Paul Vita, and I am the Director and Academic Dean of St. Louis University's Madrid campus. Congratulations, you made it. Many of you to Madrid, Spain, many of you to our virtual community. No matter where you are, you have started your university life. This ceremony's purpose is to mark and to celebrate your entry into our academic community. Welcome. To open our program, the Reverend James O'Leary of the Society of Jesus, chaplain of St. Louis University's Madrid campus, has offered a benediction.
Good afternoon. My name is Father Jim O'Leary. On behalf of the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, I would like to welcome you to this convocation at St. Louis University, Madrid. As you may know, the word convocation comes from the Latin word convocare, and it means to call, to come together. And so today, all of us gathered here, join together to begin our journey as an academic community. And so as we begin this journey together, I'd like to share with you a few words written by one of the former heads of the Society of Jesus, Father Peter Hans Kovelbach. He says, "Our purpose in education is to form men and women for others. The Society of Jesus has always sought to imbue students with values that transcend the goals of money, fame, and success. We want graduates who will be leaders concerned about society and the world that they live in. We want graduates who desire to eliminate hunger and conflict in the world, and who are sensitive to the need for more equitable distribution of the world's goods. We want graduates who seek to end sexual and social discrimination, and who are eager to share their faith with others. In short, we want our graduates to be leaders in service. That has been the goal of Jesuit education since the 16th century. It remains so today." I'll close by sharing with you a short prayer attributed to the founder of the Jesuits, St. Ignatius of Loyola. It's entitled, Prayer for Generosity. Heavenly God, teach us to be generous. Teach us to serve you as you deserve, to give and not to count the cost, to fight and not to heed the wounds, to toil and not to seek for rest, to labor and not to ask for reward, save that in knowing that we do your will. And we ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Before starting the program, I'd like to extend my thanks to the staff and faculty who worked so hard at the beginning of the school year. This year's launch was unprecedented. Thousands of hours of additional work have gone into preparing your classes and your campus. Gracias. I also thank our campus ambassadors, our student life team, and the staff here today, especially Chris Chiswick, for the creativity that has gone into producing today's ceremony. The convocation offers you multiple perspectives about the university's mission, its objectives, its goals. And the first person to address you as the class of 2024 is St. Louis University's president, Dr. Fred Costello. Let's hear from him.
Greetings from St. Louis. It's good to be here with you today virtually. I wish I could be there with you in Madrid, taking selfies, giving high fives, catching up. For now, this will have to do. But soon enough, we'll be together. As I was planning for Convocation here in St. Louis and thinking about Convocation there in Madrid, I did what those of us who've been educated in the Jesuit tradition always do. I reflected. This summer, Fran and I had a chance to go up to the Lay Center for Arts and Education, which is about 90 miles north of the St. Louis campus. And there you'll find a sculpture garden. And there's one particular sculpture, it's called Meditations on a Chair, that I've seen over the years. It hasn't particularly grabbed me, but it spoke to me in a new way this summer. This sculpture has a man, probably 25 some feet in the air, on this chair with enormously long legs. And I thought about how much that's the experience of most of us these days. Wearing masks, social distancing, not being able to gather in large groups. We're feeling like he must be removed from them. This is the conditions under which we must currently live. They will someday end. But I also thought when I looked at that sculpture, how important it is that each of us, in the course of our education, do spend moments like that man, removed from the world and engrossed in a task. Up in that chair, it's just that man and that text. I don't even think he has clothes on. To take the time to immerse yourself in your studies, to grapple with complex texts, to reflect upon what your faculty is instructing you. Those times are important. Times away from Facebook and Twitter, the internet, television. It's important that you take that time, that you have that discipline. More than anything else, these years are for study, for development that prepares you for all you'll face in life and work. But of course, you also have to work to stay engaged with your faculty and staff, now more than ever under these conditions. Faculty or scholars who have devoted their lives to mastering their respective disciplines, and they're eager to share and pass that knowledge along to you. And the staff cares deeply about you and your development, and I'm sure you've already experienced it. And also, you're being educated in one of the world's greatest cities, a major European capital. Take advantage of it, get involved, and be men and women for others and do good. Early on in this pandemic, I coined the term one slew. One slew is really what we are all about. Now, certainly we're spread out across the globe and given a little more isolated, perhaps under the conditions which we now have to live, but we are united. We're united in a shared vision for the world and the impact we can have on it. United by the very thing that brings us together as a global Catholic Jesuit research university. I have a charge for you, good students. As you work toward being men and women for and with others, make the best of your international education. I am confident you will make Sue proud. I have yet to talk to a Sue Madrid student, permanent student or student as visitor, that did not find it to be an incredibly rich experience. Getting to know your peers from across the world, studying under a faculty that are not only accomplished scholars, but so dedicated to you in your development. Before I go, I want to say thank you. Thank you to our students and parents for choosing SLUM Madrid. Thank you to the faculty who are so devoted to our students, who put our students first. who continue to develop their minds and their hearts through teaching, the transmission of knowledge, and research and scholarship, the generation of humanity. And thank you to the many staff members who are making sure that we can have a safe return to the campus and a safe start to the year. I know that our faculty and staff in Madrid worked very hard over the summer to get us to this point. You're very dedicated to Madrid. It's obvious every time Fran and I visit. So thanks to all of you. I'm grateful. And believe me, I miss coming in the spring when travel was beginning to be prohibited. Fran and I are so eager to the day when we can visit you again. In the meantime, stay safe, be well, higher purpose, greater good. We are one student.
Okay, our next speaker is the representative of our Alumni Association, Ms. Catherine Espinosa. Originally from Michigan, Catherine completed her Bachelor of Arts in Spanish in 2013. At present, she lives in Madrid and works as a public speaking coach. She is also a language arts teacher at St. Charles College. Earlier this year, Catherine won Best in Spain Speech in English at the Toastmasters Public Speaking Iberia contest. Congratulations to her.
As an alumni, I have no idea what your experience is going to be like this year. I don't know how it's going to happen, and I don't know how you all are going to do it. How many of you have heard these doubtful comments about the school year from others? How many of you have heard them from yourselves? But what is on the other side? Safe. This year will be a year where it is more clear to us than ever before what we cannot do. Government regulations are pummeling us constantly with what we cannot do. But very often, from restriction is born a kind of creativity. While everyone else around us is very focused on what they cannot do, let's ask ourselves, what can we do? How can you do what you need and want with what you have from where you are? As you go through the school year and you inevitably find yourself thinking, gosh, it really would be great if something like this existed. Maybe it's an app, maybe it's a program, maybe it's an event, maybe it's a new way to showcase talent and ideas, or to include a classmate in an activity who's not really there with you. Make it. Do it. Start it. We need you. And we need your ideas this year to make this work. A Lebanese American writer, Calle once said, doubt is in too much pain to realize that his twin brother is safe. SLU Madrid has faith in its faculty, in its staff, and in its students to give one another an experience of excellence, even in these times of doubt. We want to thank you, class of 2024, for the faith that you've already placed in SLU Madrid. And we want to ask you to please Bring your creativity to class with you every day more than ever before. Wherever you are in the world this year, you're here with us. Thank you for being here. Welcome.
Our next speaker is Ms. Heidi Buffington, SLU Madrid's Director of Admissions. She and our admissions team were the first among us to get to know you, from reading your admission essays and recommendation letters to answering your emails. Our admissions team has good reason to be proud of the diverse members of the class of 2024. I'm pleased to invite Ms. Buffington to address you live. I'm pleased to invite.
Я брат statistics is
Everybody also wants to welcome you. So if you don't have your admissions staff right now, I know they wanted to. Are you there? Let's go on. I saw Emily. Emily Pyle, are you there?
Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. I hope to see you all on campus very soon. Welcome to SLU Madrid.
All right, Mónica Chiclana.
Hola chicos, finalmente en Madrid, bienvenidos. Nos vemos esta semana.
All right, Diego Rodríguez Vida. See him there.
Hola a todos, bienvenidos.
Muy bien. Keira Maked.
Bienvenue à tous. مرحبا بكم بمدريد.
And from the US, Alexis Boyer-Meyerman.
Hi, everyone. I know it's been a long road to Madrid, so I hope you really enjoy it, learn a lot, and stay safe.
Thanks, guys. Thank you, admissions. So I'm going to start today with a story about a trip I did this summer. I did the Camino de Santiago, which is kind of like a Spanish Appalachian Trail. It's a through hike that ends in Santiago, which is the capital of Galicia, a really beautiful region in northern Spain. There are many caminos that all end in the same city, and people have been hiking this hike and doing this pilgrimage since the 9th century, either for religious reasons or even just to disconnect in Mother Nature. I solo hiked the Camino Inglés that went from Ferrol down to Santiago. And I went through farming villages and talked to locals. I ate amazing food. I overlooked vast beaches. I swam in a river at sunset. I almost adopted a cat, and I didn't get any blisters. So when I was working on this speech, I was trying to think about how you guys might feel coming to Spain during COVID times. And it occurred to me that it was much like I felt the night before I started my hike. I worried about, would I get blisters? Could I carry my backpack that was a little bit too heavy? Would I get lost? Would I meet anyone? Essentially, I was going off into the unknown, and that made me a little bit nervous. A piece of advice that I got from a friend who had done the Camino also said, the Camino will provide. And I had no idea what that meant until I found out what it was, that I would get what I needed when I needed it. So on the first day of my hike, I met a 50-year-old Spanish guy who used walking sticks, and I had never used them before, and he insisted that I try his. And they actually were really amazing because they pushed you along. And that night in the lost and found box at the hiker's hostel, he got me these, and they just gave them to me, and they helped me get to Santiago. So you can't always plan for everything, but you can trust that someone will help you get some walking sticks along the way. So now I'm going to tell you guys as an incoming class a little bit more about you. And I'm going to use the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. So who, first of all, despite a small audience here today, there are 130 incoming students, first years and transfers. So this is convocation. They might be for people graduating in 23 or 22 as well. The most popular names this year are variations of Alex. So we have an Alejandro, an Alexander with an X, an Alexander with a K and an E, an Alexander with a K and an A, Alessandra, Alexa, and Alexandria. And then the runner-up, variations of Carl. So we have Carlos, Carla, Carlo, Carlota, and 3 Carolinas. Interesting fact, 10% of you have 2 or more nationalities, which is a lot. And 16% of you are coming from a country where you're not a citizen. So you can see we have a lot of international diversity on campus. And where are you coming from? Well, you come from 29 different countries. And for a class of 130 students, that's pretty impressive. The US is the top country, followed by Spain, Morocco, Germany, and Georgia. And you represent 26 US states. Number 1, Texas, followed by California, and then Colorado and Indiana, and there's a 4-way tie between the states of Missouri, Michigan, and Armed Forces Europe, which is actually AE, it's a state code. So, what are you interested in studying? Well, top major is business again, it tends to be a big winner, followed by political science, psychology, computer science, and engineering. All right, we've done who, where, what. So now we're on to when. Well, fall 20. It's historical. Today is September 13th, 2020. And exactly 6 months ago, on March 13th, 2020, the president declared a state of emergency for the pandemic. 2020 is not normal. I'm giving a speech in a mask, but it's an incredible time to be here in Madrid. And I have no doubt you will remember the start to college. And why? The last one, why? Well, you can see the front of my folder. No Spain, no game. Why not? Why not study here? You may have plans to go see London, Rome, and Paris, but get to know the city and become a local while you're here. So if you don't have one of these stickers and you want one, and anybody out there in the audience, come see us in admissions. And I'm going to leave you with a quote by Antonio Machado. Our Spanish department would be proud. Antonio Machado said, "Caminantes, no hay camino. Se hace camino al andar," which translates as, "Caminantes, hikers, walkers, no hay camino, there is no path and there is no way. Se hace camino al andar, you make the path as you walk it." So much like my hike this summer, you have to just start and keep walking. And you've already started because you were admitted, you applied, you were admitted, and those of you that have student visas, you pushed through that process and you made it. So congratulations there. And you may get some walking sticks along the way, and you'll definitely meet amazing people. So, Caminantes, again, congratulations that you're here. Good luck, and welcome to SLU Madrid.
Thank you, Heidi. Now that you know a bit about the students, about yourself, who you are, our next 2 speakers will share with you their insights into what we might expect of you as members of our community. The first is the representative of SLU Madrid Student Government Association, Ryan Anwar E. El Gradu. Ryan is from Tripoli, Libya, and is completing her Bachelor of Arts degree in political science with the concentration in international relations, along with a minor in communication. So here's Ryan.
Good evening, staff, faculty, family members, and most importantly, class of 2024. Welcome to the beginning of one of your best, greatest, yet most challenging adventures of your life. I imagine many of you are sitting right there, in front of their laptops, feeling a million different emotions, but feeling nervous for sure tops them all, and that is due to it's your first year of college, far from home, but also due to the unconventional circumstances that restrict us to having here on campus for a more traditional convocation. However, I promise you I will make it as memorable for you as possible. I'm Ryan Lee Grabli. I come from Tripoli, Libya, and I'm a senior political science major with a minor in communications. I'm sure many of you are wondering and even maybe overthinking how these 4 years are going to pass. But I want to assure you that these 4 years of college are going to pass so quickly and fly by so quickly as they flew by for me. And believe me, I'm truly and deeply sad to be leaving this amazing community soon. I'm not going to tell you it's going to be easy the whole time. There will be surely bumps on the roads, but I'm here to assure you that it's going to be okay and you can make it. The number one advice that I wish somebody gave it to me before I started school is how to manage your time. 80% of your time in college isn't scheduled. That means you may only have a few hours of classes a day, but what you choose to fill the rest of your time while here in Madrid and in SLU can make or break your college experience. Make sure to manage your time correctly between clubs, sports, voluntary work, friends, and most importantly, classes. And if you ever feel as if you're falling behind in classes, please take the initiative and go see your professors. One of the many things I love about SLU Madrid, it's a caring community. Given how tightly knitted our campus is, your professors, faculty, and staff could become your second family, and I'm here to say I'm so proud to have this family here. During my 3.5 years in SLU Madrid, I can say that I have at least talked with each person that works at SLU, and some of them are so dear to me that makes even leaving SLU Madrid even harder. And this is the experience I want you to have before leaving. During my first year here in Madrid, I was applying to 4 different universities, but SLU Madrid was the only one to caught my attention. And that is not only due to the excellent academic ranking it has, but also the diversity it offers. As I mentioned already, I come from Libya, but I've lived in 4 different countries: the UK, Burkina Faso, Tunisia, and now Madrid, Spain, Madrid. And SLU was the place to have me and made me feel as home. That is literally everywhere for me. The university is a very diverse community, offering you a breadth of people and experience. Its people itself could be a whole new different experience for you, so make sure to get out of your comfort zone and meet the diverse people that we have around us. I conclude by offering you this one simple piece of advice. Share your knowledge, be open, challenge yourself on a daily basis, take that one class that has zero connection to your major, embrace your dream, change majors if necessary, it's okay. Absorb everything and above all, have fun. Each one of you deserves to be here with us, and I'm sure you're going to bring something new and special to this diverse community. Therefore, I would love to welcome you in 4 different languages. Marhaban, welcome, bienvenidos, bienvenue to your school, your campus, and your home for the next 4 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ryan. Central to your experience here as students will be your professors. SLU Madrid's faculty, all highly qualified and experienced, are dedicated to their teaching and research. They're committed to helping you succeed as you progress through your educational journey. Representing the faculty today is Dr. Carolina Aznar, President of our Faculty Senate, a member of our Theology Department since 2006. Dr. Aznar.
Dear all, good evening. On behalf of the faculty of the Madrid campus of San Luis University, let me welcome all of you to our university, our campus, and the new academic year. Bienvenidos. En nombre del profesorado del campus de Madrid de San Luis University, os doy la bienvenida a nuestra universidad, a nuestro campus y al nuevo curso académico. The Madrid campus faculty are delighted you have chosen our university to study with us. In this unusual year, some of you are currently in Madrid, while some of you are presently somewhere else. Some of you may be taking presential courses, while some may be taking online synchronous courses or online asynchronous courses, or a mix of any of these. One way or another, rest assured, you are at the center of the San Luis University Madrid campus faculty efforts. We are all focused on your learning, on your education. As you soon will find out, our college life is multifaceted and exciting. You will be interacting with the students, faculty, and staff from different ethnic, religious, national, and other backgrounds. Whether presentially or online, you will participate in the Madrid campus life, and you will discover what an exciting city Madrid is. You will have fun in numerous ways, and most importantly, you will get to know yourself better, and you will grow intellectually and in many other ways. What will make all of this possible is your studying with us. Professors at San Luis University are top scholars invested in their teaching, research, and service. Get to know them. Read about them in their web pages. Talk to them, and let them know you too. Tell them about you. Express your thoughts on the course materials. Do the readings. Do the assignments. Try to connect your learning to your life. Thus, you will see, for example, how mathematics can help you understand the economic news, how biology can help you understand the current health crisis in the world, how history can help you understand your country's relations with other countries in the world, how communication can help you be an efficient speaker and writer, how learning other languages can help you expand your universe, how psychology can help you know yourself and others better, how philosophy and theology can help you reflect on the most important questions in life. Think, reflect, ask questions, discuss, participate in the classes activities, and you will see how your education impacts you and the world. The San Luis University Madrid campus faculty are committed to your education. Make the most of it. Welcome to the 2020-2021 academic year. Bienvenidos al curso académico 2020-2021.
Thank you, Dr. Aznar. I now offer you students a final welcome, a welcome to our community. My message will be a short one. Be a person for and with others. Throughout your childhood, and as a teenager, you have had many, many options, including the privilege of access to private university education. Be grateful for these opportunities. And if you haven't done so already, thank your parents. They have made and are making great sacrifices to get you here. Being a person for others means starting to think about your parents in a new way, about the new kind of relationship that you will have with them, about recognizing the change in their lives with you now as a university student. Being a person for others and with others also means wearing a mask that covers your nose. It means social distancing. It means recognizing that your personal risks impact potentially others. So take the actions that keep you healthy and that may save the life of someone you love, or you know, or have just met, or that you haven't met, or that you will never meet. There's so much at stake. We can always move our classes back online if it turns out there is too much spread of the virus. We cannot, however, remove the pain and suffering of those who fall ill, whose loved ones get ill, or whose loved ones do not recover from COVID-19. Finally, being a person for and with others means caring about the world around you. No matter what country you are from, get informed about the issues that are shaping your country and impacting the world. Participate in the democratic process by voting. Use your SLU Madrid education to help you identify what you believe in and articulate what you stand for. Be ready to be challenged. Be ready to change. That is what SLU Madrid's formative, international Jesuit education is about, helping you discover what it means to be a person for and with others. So a final welcome to the class of 2024. Thanks for being here. You can turn it off.
So we're gonna sticker.
Gracias.